since I was a little kid, so talking to you for the first time ever is pretty big for me. Just a huge fan. Yeah, I grew up a big Bears fan, so watching you play and now getting to talk to you is pretty awesome.
Remember that time you sacked Aaron Rodgers? That was awesome. George Kittle, excited about Stone Cold Steve Austin. Also excited, KB, about talking to his idol there, Brian Urlacher. Very Chris Farley-esque talking to Paul McCartney there. Either way,
remember Beatlemania?
Yeah.
That was awesome. Will, you are the best. But the real mania is about to start here at this table.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're going to tap into a beautiful mind. As we know, the playoff push is on. 14 teams vying for 7 remaining playoff spots. But some teams need help. It involves more than just a win-and-you're-in scenario. So who better to explain it all, to educate the masses, than our very own Professor Schrager. Professor, good morning.
Good morning, Kyle. How are you? Welcome to the classroom. I'd like to take a look at the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
Cleveland Browns. Can we talk about how the Cleveland Browns can actually get into the playoff picture? Well, the Cleveland Browns, they're still alive. They had a heroic win over the Broncos Saturday night, but with the Ravens, Colts, Titans, and Steelers all winning on Sunday in their games, their playoff odds were greatly diminished. But they are not eliminated. Not yet. So how could the 6-7-1 Browns make the playoffs? Producers, my music, please.
Ooh.
First, the Browns need to win their final 2 games, home against the Bengals in Week 16, then at the Ravens in Week 17. Second, the Ravens must lose their final 2 games. That's at the Chargers on Saturday, and then home against Cleveland in Week 17. The Browns also need the Dolphins to lose one of their final 2 games, either home against the Jaguars on Sunday or on the road against the Bills next week. The Browns also need the Colts to lose their Week 16 game against the Giants, while the Titans must also lose their Week 16 game against Washington on Saturday.
Okay, got it.
Then, the Colts and the Titans must tie in their Week 17 game at Tennessee. Yes, not a win, not a loss from either team. The Colts and the Titans must tie in Week 17. If all of that happens, the Browns, the Colts, the Titans would all finish in a 3-way tie with 8 7-1 records and would all be tied for that 6th and final playoff spot. The Colts would win in a tiebreaker over the Titans, which leads to a final Browns-Colts tiebreaker.
What is it?
And by virtue of the common games tiebreaker, the Cleveland Browns, with a higher winning percentage in common games over the Colts, would earn the 6th lead and earn a spot in the 2018 NFL playoffs. Guys, there are 8,748 ways for the games involving the Browns, the Ravens, the Colts, the Titans, and the Dolphins, including ties, to play out in the final 2 weeks of the season. There are only 12 possible outcomes of 8,748 opportunities for the Colts to get in. That is a 0.0014% chance for the Browns to make the playoffs. So, Browns fans, if you're asking me, the answer is yes. You are more than alive and well. I'm telling you, there's a chance.
My man!
What's happening with you?
My nose is bleeding. I'm trying to keep up with all,
Can't do it.
all the scenarios straight. That was amazing. Well done.
You lost me after the tie.
You are
Once
truly
you
a
said the
beautiful
tie has to happen, I was like, all right, we're done.
What happens Week 17 if it's 2 minutes left in the game? Titans versus the Colts. It's 13-13.
Yeah.
Browns fans at home just yelling, don't score!
Right, because the Titans and Colts need it too, and Frank Reich is going to go for it. What they need is for time to expire.
That's it.
Because they're going to go for it. No one's going to play for a tie. They need to have one of those where you just ran out of time and a couple missed kicks. But we've seen it already. We've seen it
last year.
Can happen.
Tyler Boyd scored
8,748.
The Browns are alive, guys.
Are they, though?
Yes!
I knew these ties would be fun.
That's exactly why.
They tie the Steelers way back in Week 1. That brings us here. Oh,
I've never even heard of a game needing a tie like
Needs a tie from 2 other teams. Not even them. They need someone else to tie.
All right, ties used to
Tie
tie.
for us.
The old common opponent tiebreaker. They have the edge over the Colts, guys.
Isn't there a real thing where they flip a coin at some point?
Yes, it's like the 13th tiebreaker.
Yeah.
It is a coin flip.
We
That's
need
not a
that.
myth.
Okay,
We
that's a
need
real
that.
thing.
I need
All
that
right.
in my life.
Yeah, me
for
too.
sure.
Right.
With all that said, they're 6-7-1. Highly unlikely that they get in. For a second, though, can we appreciate what the Browns have done, though? Because I don't think anyone expected these guys to even be sniffing the playoffs.
Nate, I've already picked them to win the Super Bowl next year.
You did, though. You thought that they'd be where they are.
I thought they'd win 7 games, but even that was a stretch because I did it last year and they let me down. but that was Hugh Jackson's Browns.
There will be no hotter team all offseason than the Browns.
We've seen that before, though. We saw it 2 years
I
ago
know.
with the Bucks.
I know.
Remember?
We saw last
Oh,
year with
yeah,
the
they were
49ers.
close.
Yeah.
Don't bucks them up. Come on.
I hope not. I hope. I mean, I
They've
hope
won
they go
4 of the
16-0.
last 5 games, many of them on the road, and a lot of these over great quarterbacks. They've beaten Cam Newton in a big game, beaten Matt Ryan in a big game.
Is
and
Greg with 3Gs the coach?
So that's the question.
Ooh.
That's a great question.
We've seen some interim head coaches get hot and get some love. I remember Dan Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loved him. Metallica.
They
Jim
look good,
Tomsula.
though. They
A
look
lot.
good.
That's
They
an
look
interesting
really good.
dynamic,
They
though,
do.
because if they win out, right, and they finish the season strong, that's 8 wins for these guys. And then in the offseason, I wonder how much influence from this young team will the organization pay attention to.
I think Freddie Kitchens, the offensive coordinator, is a rock star right now, and I think Baker and him have a great thing going. To be the head coach of a team means you're getting a long-term deal. Greg Williams is a stud as a defensive coordinator. He's done an amazing job. I've already said on this show I think he deserves full consideration. I just don't know if the Browns are going to give him a long-term deal to be the future head coach. I don't know. We'll see. I could be wrong.
Could Freddie be a candidate for that?
Probably not head coach.
Elsewhere?
You know what?
If they finish with the last couple of games?
It's amazing because the Packers' job is going to be available. There are going to be other jobs available. I think that the Browns' job is the most coveted job in the entire offseason when you've got a young quarterback and all that talent.
Was it Bruce Arians said he was? I would only come back for one
what he
job.
said.
The Browns. I mean, it's incredible. You're right.
It's a long way from them asking 30 people to come in for an interview.
And,
A lot of people would think it's Aaron Rodgers in that job, but you're saying it's the Browns.
and this isn't dismissive about the fact that you need to win games in the NFL, but it's low expectations for what it's worth. I mean, you're not going to the Green Bay Packers where they expect you to bring a Lombardi home the following season. You know what I mean? So if you're head
It is
coach,
Super Bowl
Yeah.
or bust in Green Bay. In Cleveland, just give us a winner.
I mean, 3 years from now, the Browns are, I think, are running the show. They're running the league. In that division, the other quarterbacks will not
gone?
be there anymore. I don't think they will be.
don't
And then
know.
it's Baker's to have.
Big Ben still got it.
3 more years?
Nick Mullins has it because he upset the Seahawks last week. Can they